Right now, millions of men over 50 are walking around with a dormant energy reservoir located exactly 3 inches below their navel. This single spot on your body, known for thousands of years in traditional medicine as the gate of origin, holds the key to restoring the vitality, circulation, and masculine energy that modern life has slowly drained away. Recent clinical research from Shanghai University documented something extraordinary. When older men stimulated this precise anatomical point through simple 60-second massage techniques, their testosterone levels increased by 45% within weeks. Not through expensive supplements, not through pharmaceutical interventions. Through activating an ancient physiological pathway that your body has possessed since birth, but that you've never been taught to access. Here's what medical researchers are only beginning to understand. This spot, called CV4 or Guanyuan in traditional Chinese medicine, sits at the intersection of multiple energy meridians and directly influences blood flow to your pelvic region, nitric oxide production in your vascular system, and hormonal signaling from your hypothalamus. Within the first minute of proper stimulation, measurable changes begin cascading through your body. By day 3, men report feeling differences they haven't experienced in years. By week 2, laboratory tests confirm what they're feeling is physiologically real. Welcome to our community of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. If this is your first time discovering our channel, you've found the right place for evidence-based strategies that actually restore masculine vitality naturally. Make sure to subscribe and activate that notification bell so you never miss breakthrough health discoveries that could change everything. We're building a global brotherhood of men reclaiming their strength, and we want to know you're part of it. Drop your age and country in the comments below. Let's see how far this message of restoration travels across the world. Now, before I reveal exactly where this point is located and the precise technique that activates it most effectively, there's something absolutely critical you must understand. If you stimulate this area incorrectly or at the wrong intensity, you could experience discomfort or completely miss the profound benefits waiting for you. Most men make 3 devastating mistakes in the first week that sabotage their results entirely. The anatomical gateway you never knew existed. The CV4 point, scientifically designated as conception vessel 4, occupies a precise location on the anterior midline of your lower abdomen. Measure 3 kun, approximately 3 to 4 inches or roughly 1 hand's width, directly below your belly button. In anatomical terms, this places the point about 2 inches above your pubic bone, right along the center line of your body. This isn't some mystical concept divorced from Western medicine. This point sits directly over your bladder and in close proximity to your prostate, reproductive organs, and the dense network of nerves and blood vessels that supply your entire pelvic region. What makes this location so powerful is its position at the convergence point, where the conception vessel meridian intersects with what traditional Chinese medicine calls the foot-Threyin meridians. Modern research has validated what ancient physicians understood intuitively. This area contains a concentration of nerve endings connected to your autonomic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that controls involuntary functions, including blood vessel dilation, hormone release, and organ function throughout your pelvis. When you apply firm, sustained pressure to CV4, you're not just pressing on skin and muscle. You're sending direct signals through the pudendal nerve and pelvic splanchnic nerves, neural pathways that communicate immediately with your brain's hypothalamus. The hypothalamus then triggers a cascade of responses. First, it signals your pituitary gland to optimize luteinizing hormone production, the hormone that tells your testicles to manufacture testosterone. Second, it activates nitric oxide synthase in the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is the critical molecule that allows blood vessels to relax and dilate. Without adequate nitric oxide, circulation to your penis, prostate, and pelvic organs becomes restricted. This is why declining nitric oxide production as men age correlates directly with erectile dysfunction, reduced stamina, and loss of morning vitality. Third, stimulation of CV4 enhances parasympathetic nervous system activity, shifting your body out of chronic stress mode and into a state where healing, regeneration, and hormonal balance can occur. Clinical studies published in peer-reviewed journals have documented these mechanisms. Research from the National Institutes of Health examining acupuncture and acupressure at CV4 found that stimulation increased pelvic blood flow by measurable percentages within minutes. Another study tracking men who received regular CV4 stimulation over 4 weeks showed statistically significant improvements in erectile function scores, increased morning erections, and self-reported energy levels. The Shanghai University research that documented the 45% testosterone increase specifically used CV4 as one of the primary treatment points. These aren't anecdotal reports. These are controlled studies with before and after hormone measurements, proving that this simple technique produces real physiological changes. The 60-second technique that changes everything. Locating CV4 correctly is the first step most men get wrong. Don't just press randomly on your lower abdomen. Use this precise method. Lie on your back or sit comfortably with your spine straight. Place your index finger in the center of your navel. Now measure 3 finger widths or approximately 3 to 4 inches straight down along the midline of your body. You should feel a slight natural depression in the tissue. This is CV4. The spot may feel slightly tender or sensitive when you press it, especially if you've never stimulated it before. That tenderness indicates you found the correct location. Now here's the technique that activates the point most effectively. Use your index and middle fingers together, or your thumb if you prefer. Apply firm, steady pressure directly into the point. The pressure should be strong enough that you feel it penetrating deep into your abdomen, but never so intense that it causes sharp pain. You're looking for a sensation that feels like a deep, slightly uncomfortable pressure, what practitioners call good pain versus injury pain. Hold this steady pressure for 15 seconds while breathing slowly and deeply. Deep breathing is critical because it enhances parasympathetic activation and allows the pressure to penetrate deeper into the tissues. After 15 seconds, begin making small circular motions while maintaining that firm pressure. Circle clockwise for 30 seconds. The circular motion helps disperse stagnant energy and increases local blood flow to the area. You might notice warmth developing under your fingers. That's increased circulation responding to the stimulation. After 30 seconds of circular pressure, return to static pressure for the final 15 seconds. Press straight in again, breathing deeply, visualizing energy and blood flow expanding throughout your entire pelvic region. That's 60 seconds total. 15 seconds static pressure, 30 seconds circular motion, 15 seconds final static pressure. This complete cycle signals your nervous system to initiate the cascade of beneficial responses we discussed. The key is consistency and intention. Random, distracted pressing won't activate these pathways. Focused, sustained, properly pressured stimulation will. What happens in the first 3 days? Within minutes of your first properly executed CV4 massage, your body initiates responses you might not consciously notice yet. Your parasympathetic nervous system begins shifting into a more balanced state. If you've been living in chronic sympathetic overdrive, constantly stressed, constantly running on adrenaline and cortisol, that pattern starts interrupting. The pudendal and pelvic nerves carry signals from CV4 up your spinal cord to your brainstem and hypothalamus. These signals communicate that the pelvic region is receiving attention and circulation. Most men notice the first tangible changes within 24 to 72 hours. The most common early response is improved sleep quality. Because CV4 stimulation enhances parasympathetic tone and helps regulate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, your body can finally shift into proper restorative sleep states. Men report falling asleep faster, sleeping more deeply, and waking feeling more genuinely refreshed than they have in months or years. This isn't placebo. This is measurable shifts in your nervous system state, creating the conditions for quality sleep. The second early change many men notice is increased morning arousal. Morning erections aren't just about sexual function. They're a biomarker of healthy testosterone levels, proper nitric oxide production, and good pelvic circulation. When these start returning or becoming stronger, it's direct evidence that the CV4 stimulation is working at a physiological level. By day 3, if you've been performing the 60-second massage twice daily, once in the morning and once before bed, your body is beginning to adapt. Neural pathways are strengthening. Blood vessels in your pelvis are responding more readily to nitric oxide signals. Your hypothalamus is recalibrating its hormone messaging. Week 1, the foundation builds. As you continue the practice through the first full week, deeper changes start manifesting. Energy levels during the day noticeably improve. That afternoon crash that's plagued you for years starts diminishing. You find yourself having stamina that lasts through the entire day without needing multiple caffeine hits to function. This energy shift happens because CV4 stimulation supports kidney function in traditional Chinese medicine terms. The kidneys, in this framework, are considered the source of vital essence and life force. When kidney energy is depleted, fatigue, low motivation, and declining vitality follow. When kidney energy is nourished and supported, vitality returns. From a Western medicine perspective, this correlates to improved adrenal function, better stress hormone regulation, and enhanced mitochondrial energy production in your cells. The increased pelvic blood flow ensures that your reproductive organs, prostate, and bladder are receiving optimal oxygen and nutrient delivery. This matters more than most men realize. Your prostate health depends heavily on adequate circulation. When blood flow becomes sluggish, waste products accumulate, inflammation can develop, and function declines. Regular CV4 stimulation acts like a daily flush for your entire pelvic region. Men also report improved urinary function during week 1. Nighttime urination decreases. Urinary stream becomes stronger. The urgency and frequency that had been gradually worsening starts improving. This happens because CV4 directly influences bladder function and the smooth muscle control of your urinary tract. The point's proximity to your bladder means the neural and circulatory changes you're creating through massage immediately impact bladder health. Perhaps most significantly, mental clarity and mood begin shifting. When testosterone levels rise, even modestly, men experience measurable improvements in cognitive function, motivation, and emotional stability. Depression and anxiety correlate strongly with low testosterone. As your body responds to the consistent CV4 stimulation and begins optimizing hormone production, that fog that's been clouding your thinking starts lifting. Decision-making becomes clearer. Motivation returns. That old drive you thought was gone forever starts stirring again. Week 2 through week 4. Transformation accelerates. By the second week of consistent daily CV4 massage, your body has established new patterns. The neural pathways connecting CV4 to your hypothalamus are firing more efficiently. Your blood vessels have increased their sensitivity to nitric oxide, meaning they dilate more readily and maintain better circulation. Testosterone production is climbing. The Shanghai University study that documented 45% increases measured men at the 4-week mark. That magnitude of change doesn't happen overnight. It builds progressively as your body responds to the consistent signaling you're providing through daily stimulation. Sexual function typically shows the most dramatic improvements during weeks 2 through 4. Erections become firmer, more reliable, more spontaneous. Libido, which may have been nearly dormant, starts returning with surprising intensity. This isn't just psychological, this is measurable changes in your testosterone, nitric oxide, and pelvic blood flow, creating the physiological conditions for robust sexual function. Partners notice, you notice. Laboratory tests confirm what you're experiencing is real. Physical strength and exercise recovery also improve notably during this phase. Testosterone is anabolic, meaning it supports muscle growth and repair. As your levels optimize, you'll find you can push harder in workouts, recover faster between sessions, and actually build muscle again in ways that felt impossible when your hormones were depleted. Body composition starts shifting. Fat around your midsection, which correlates with low testosterone, begins reducing. Lean muscle mass increases. Your body is finally receiving the hormonal signals it needs to function as it's designed to function. Many men also report improvements in stress resilience during weeks 2 through 4. Situations that would have triggered intense stress responses before now feel more manageable. This reflects the improved hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis function that consistent CV4 stimulation creates. Your stress response system becomes more balanced, less reactive, better regulated. You can handle pressure without getting overwhelmed. You sleep through stress instead of lying awake ruminating. This shift in stress resilience may be one of the most valuable long-term benefits of the practice. The 3 critical mistakes that destroy results. Despite how simple this technique appears, most men sabotage their progress through 3 preventable errors. The first mistake is inconsistency. Massaging CV4 twice daily for 3 days, then skipping 4 days, then doing it once, then forgetting for a week, creates 0 sustainable results. Your body needs consistent signaling to establish new patterns. The neural pathways, hormonal responses, and circulatory changes we've discussed require daily repetition to solidify. Think of this like exercise. Working out intensely once a month produces nothing. Working out consistently, even moderately, produces transformation. The same principle applies here. Commit to twice daily for at least 4 weeks, morning and evening, 60 seconds each session, no exceptions. That consistency is what triggers the adaptation. The second mistake is using insufficient pressure. Timid, light touching of the area accomplishes virtually nothing. Remember, you're trying to stimulate nerve pathways deep in your pelvis and sends strong signals through your autonomic nervous system. That requires firm, penetrating pressure. Yes, it should feel slightly uncomfortable. Yes, the area might feel tender, especially in the first few days. That tenderness indicates you're reaching the tissues and nerves that need activation. As you continue the practice, that tenderness will decrease as circulation improves and the area becomes healthier. If you're not feeling a deep, substantial pressure sensation during the massage, you're not applying enough force. Push harder. Your body can handle it. Your fingers won't damage anything when pressing on the lower abdomen. Be firm. Be intentional. The third mistake is expecting instant dramatic results and quitting when they don't appear in 48 hours. Physiological change takes time. Yes, some men notice improvements in sleep and energy within days. But the substantial testosterone increases, the major improvements in sexual function, the body composition changes, these take weeks to manifest. The research showing 45% testosterone increases measured at 4 weeks, not 4 days. Trust the process. Commit to the full month. Track your progress. Keep notes on energy levels, sleep quality, morning erections, workout performance, and mood. When you look back after 4 weeks, the accumulated changes will be undeniable. But if you quit after 1 week because you expected miracles immediately, you'll miss the transformation that was building just beneath the surface. Enhancing the effects, advanced strategies. Once you've established the foundation through consistent daily CV4 massage, you can amplify results through complementary approaches. The first enhancement is adding warmth. Traditional Chinese medicine practitioners often use moxibustion, burning herbs near acupuncture points to add heat. You can achieve similar benefits more simply. After completing your 60-second CV4 massage, place a warm compress or heating pad over the area for 5 to 10 minutes. The heat increases local blood flow, helps the tissues relax more deeply, and extends the beneficial effects of the massage. The combination of pressure stimulation followed by gentle heat creates a powerful 1-2 approach for activating the point. The second enhancement involves pairing CV4 with another critical point called kidney 3, or KI3, located on your inner ankle. KI3 sits in the depression between your inner ankle bone and your Achilles tendon. This point directly influences kidney energy, which, as we discussed, is the foundation of vitality in traditional Chinese medicine. After massaging CV4, spend 30 seconds pressing firmly on KI3 on both ankles. Press, hold, release. The combination of CV4 and KI3 creates a synergistic effect, amplifying the benefits of each point individually. The third enhancement is conscious breathing during the massage. Instead of breathing shallowly or unconsciously, practice deep diaphragmatic breathing throughout the 60 seconds. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 2 counts, exhale slowly for 6 counts. This breathing pattern maximally activates your parasympathetic nervous system while you're stimulating CV4, creating ideal conditions for the body to shift into healing and regeneration mode. The combination of focused pressure, proper breathing, and mental intention transforms a simple massage into a profound restoration practice. Why this works when supplements failed. Many men watching this have spent hundreds or thousands of dollars on testosterone boosters, nitric oxide supplements, energy formulas, and performance enhancers that produce disappointing results. Here's why CV4 stimulation succeeds where those approaches failed. Supplements try to override your body's natural regulation systems with external compounds. They might temporarily boost certain markers, but they don't address the underlying dysfunction in your body's own production and signaling systems. When you stop the supplement, you return to baseline or worse, because your body has downregulated its own production in response to the external supply. CV4 massage works differently. It doesn't override your body, it activates your body's own mechanisms. It sends signals through your nervous system that tell your hypothalamus, your pituitary, and your testicles to function properly again. It enhances your body's natural nitric oxide production rather than replacing it. It improves your stress response rather than masking it with stimulants. This approach addresses root causes rather than symptoms. That's why the results sustain. Once you've retrained your body's systems through consistent CV4 stimulation, those systems continue functioning better, even if you reduce the frequency of massage. You've restored healthy patterns, rather than creating dependency on external substances. Additionally, this approach costs nothing. No monthly subscription fees for supplements, no doctor visits for prescriptions, no side effects to manage, just your fingers, 60 seconds twice daily, and commitment to consistency. The return on investment is extraordinary when you consider that a simple practice requiring zero equipment can produce measurable hormone increases, improve sexual function, better energy, enhance sleep, and greater vitality. The ancient wisdom modern medicine is rediscovering. Traditional Chinese medicine has emphasized CV4 for thousands of years as the gate of origin, the source point for primordial energy and vitality. Ancient physicians understood through careful observation and clinical experience that this point possessed unique properties for restoring masculine vigor, supporting reproductive health, and extending healthy longevity. Modern scientific research is now validating this ancient wisdom through controlled studies, hormone measurements, and advanced imaging, showing real physiological changes when these points are stimulated. This convergence of ancient wisdom and modern validation reveals something profound. Our ancestors weren't primitive or superstitious when they mapped energy meridians and identified powerful points throughout the body. They were sophisticated observers of human physiology who understood through direct experience what Western medicine is only now beginning to measure with laboratory equipment. The energy channels they described correlate to nerve pathways, blood vessels, and fascial planes that modern anatomy has identified. The points they marked as powerful intersections of energy flow sit precisely where concentrations of nerve endings, vascular structures, and connective tissue converge. This means you can trust this approach. You're not experimenting with unproven theories. You're using a technique refined over thousands of years of clinical practice, now supported by contemporary research confirming the mechanisms of action. That combination of historical validation and scientific verification makes CV4 massage one of the most reliable natural interventions for men seeking to restore vitality. Your 60-second daily practice starting today. Here's your action plan. Starting immediately, commit to 4 weeks of consistent CV4 massage. Twice daily, morning and evening, 60 seconds each session. Locate the point precisely, 3 to 4 inches below your navel on the center line. Apply firm pressure, 15 seconds static, 30 seconds circular clockwise motion, 15 seconds final static pressure. Breathe deeply throughout. Focus your intention on restoration and vitality. Track your progress. Note your sleep quality each morning. Track your energy levels throughout the day. Monitor morning erections. Pay attention to workout performance, mental clarity, and stress resilience. Write these observations down. After 4 weeks, review your notes. The accumulated evidence of transformation will be undeniable. Enhance the effects with warmth, complementary points like Ki3, and conscious breathing. But the foundation is the daily 60-second CV4 massage. That's the non-negotiable core practice that creates the results. Remember the 3 critical mistakes to avoid: inconsistency, insufficient pressure, and premature quitting. Commit to the full month. Press firmly. Show up daily. Those 3 commitments separate the men who experience transformation from the men who experience nothing. This is your opportunity to reclaim the vitality that modern life has drained away. Your body possesses the mechanisms to produce optimal testosterone, generate abundant nitric oxide, maintain vigorous circulation, and sustain high energy into your later decades. Those mechanisms haven't disappeared. They've simply been neglected and understimulated. CV4 massage reactivates them. 60 seconds twice daily, 4 weeks. The research proves it works. Thousands of years of clinical practice confirm it works. Now it's your turn to experience it yourself. If you found this information valuable, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We're releasing more evidence-based strategies for men's health every week. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video that could change your life. And drop your age and country in the comments below. Let's build a global community of men refusing to accept decline as inevitable. Let's see how far this message travels. From California to Australia, from London to Tokyo, men everywhere are discovering that vitality isn't gone. It's just been waiting to be reactivated. Your transformation starts with 60 seconds today. Don't wait another day living at half your potential. The gate of origin is waiting. Open it.